Garrys Anchorage, and we've got to go through the centre of the Sandy Straits. Sandy Straits is a lovely spot. It's really beautiful, but there's one trap with it. In the middle of it, it's very shallow. Tides come in from both ends, and at the centre there's no water. So at low tide it's basically sand. So you have to get there at high tide to get a yacht like this over that shallow bit. This boat draws 2 meters of water. So there are some days we can't physically get through there. There's simply not enough water to get through there. And if you're going to go through there, the best time to do it is the last half an hour of high water. So what that means is when you get to the shallow bit, if you get stuck, which is quite possible, you've still got 30 minutes of incoming tide to turn around and go back out, or try and get through, or decide what you want to do. If you go through after high tide, then you're screwed. You wind up lying over on your side and it's a mess. So we have to make sure we're there 30 minutes before high water. So what tends to happen, because everybody's in the same boat, so to speak, everybody winds up there at once. So you'll get to the shallow spot, which is only 100 feet long, and there'll be 20 boats trying to go through it at the same time. So it can be rather amusing. Once you get across that 100 feet of water, it's reasonably deep. You don't have to worry. So
it's a bit of a cold, wet, rainy day, isn't it?
It is a bit, yes.
Shallows in the rain. It's like peak hour. We're just passing White Cliffs, which is really quite a pretty little spot. We're heading down to Kingfisher Resort. That's the plan.
Tomorrow we're at Kingfisher Resort. We're going to grab the tide, we're going to head out of the Sandy Straits, and we're going to go round to, what's it called, Torquay, and anchor off the beach there.
Where's that?
Top end of Hervey Bay, the township of Hervey Bay. We've got a friend with a pizza bar and restaurant right on the water, so we pull up the dinghy and stagger across there and get drunk and eat his pizza.
happening?
Well, we're heading out of the Sandy Straits up into Hervey Bay. So we've got a nice big fat run out tide behind us. A bit of wind and just a Jannar out, so we're trucking along at 6-7 knots.
Got the pole in. Sails are up. Ooh, big sail. The sky is blue and the sun is shining. Our deep sea seal on our propeller shaft. This part's been in the boat for probably 25 years and never given any trouble whatsoever, and the other day it started leaking. Some days it would leak and some days it wouldn't. There's your deep sea seal down there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's your propeller shaft, and that's the seal there, and that's the rubber and ceramic seal that rubs on it. So the water, if you pull that back, water comes in the boat. Now they're a pretty good thing. They're worth $300–400, and they don't give too much trouble. But for some reason this one's leaking, and it's adjusted about right. So what we have to do is get in there with a little Allen key and undo the grub screws that hold it. Now sometimes I have seen these where they've been double grub screwed. So there's a grub screw on top, and then you've got to take it completely out and get the grub screw underneath. It's a bit of a safety thing, but it's a real trap for young players because you undo the grub screws and the thing still won't come loose. So if you undo it and it won't come loose, that is something to look for. So what we're going to do is loosen it off, pull it forward, see if we can see anything wrong with the face on the seal. Water's going to pour in the boat, absolutely, you know, pile in here. But the bilge pumps will take care of that. A smart man, a richer man, would pull his boat out of the water and slip it. So this could all be done out of the water. But it's $2,000. So we're going to have a crack and just see if we can fix this in the water. And hopefully we don't sink. So there's normally 2 grub screws. There's the other one there. Rotate the prop shaft a bit, which is difficult to do from here. But as if I undo it, get the water pouring in and then can't put it back. That's not a real pretty looking bilge, but that's what the bilge of an old boat looks like. Not pretty. So let's see if we can make this work. There we go. Okay, so now we've got water running into our boat. Now we're sinking.
Now we're sinking, basically. Well, everybody's always sinking. It just depends on how fast you're doing it. And it looked like the ceramic seal was running out of centre, which is fairly odd. So to it. No, I can't. That looks good. That's a bit of a bummer. Because if there'd been something on it, I might have been able to clean it up. But there's nothing on it, so there's nothing to clean up. So, bummer. Can't feel anything on there whatsoever to make that run out of centre. Oh, a little bit of a pit there. We might spray a little bit of lubricant on it. If that's a good idea or not. Yeah, no, there's nothing on there. Okay. Can't really see anything wrong with it. So we're going to slip it back into place, because to replace the deep sea seal, the propeller shaft has to come out of the boat. And that's a big job. So
It's just something I have to keep an eye on. Every now and again when we take off, I'll just have to have a look and see if it's leaking, and if it is, all I have to do is put it into neutral and go again, and it seems to stop it. So it's not good, but it's not the end of the world. Some deep sea seals like this run water injection to cool them down. This boat doesn't, because it's got a 3-to-1 gearbox and a very slow turning big propeller. The deep sea seal doesn't need to be water cooled. Well, it is water cooled, but it's not water injected. So it's quite a simple little arrangement. It's never given any trouble before. So what we're going to do is make sure it's nice and firm. It's nice and tight. And we're going to start up the engine and put it backwards and forwards a couple of times while on anchor, and just see if we can see it doing anything silly. So a lot of boats sink when these things fail. It's one of the, I've seen 2 boats almost sink because the deep sea seal has failed. So if your boat's filling up with water and you don't know where it's coming from, this is the first place to go. I was on a boat once that blew one of these, and we were in the water. It was unrepairable, and we had to dive over the side. We wrapped a plastic bag around the propeller shaft, and that completely stopped it from leaking. The plastic bag got pushed in around the propeller shaft between the bush and the shaft, and sealed it up completely. Unfortunately, you can't motor anywhere. You have to sail or get towed or something, but you've stopped the leak. So in a real emergency situation, that works quite well. So yes. So we'll tighten it up, put it back together, and see what happens. Hello. This way I can put it in out of gear and have a look down there, see what's going on. Alright, you want to have a look down there, Hannah? What did you see? Water splashing around, or was it dry?
I don't think I saw water splashing.
Oh, yes. You know, the water flicking all over the place.
No.
Okay, so no water came in. Excellent. Well, we'll try it again and see what happens. Alright, well, no water came in, so that's a good sign. We forward and reversed it a few times and flicked it around, so it stayed nice and dry, so maybe it just needed adjusting. We live in hope, and we'll keep an eye on it. Alright.